Hello, Malta, and I decided that I wanted to discuss the Maltese cross as an item. You'll notice that if you look in Malta at the flags, the insignia, the driving licences, the residency permits, the airline, you'll see that the Maltese cross is prevalent and alive and well. You will notice in Sicily there is a version of the Maltese cross with a black background. You'll notice in Austria and Russia and the United Kingdom and bits of America there is the Maltese cross. The English version of the black and white Maltese cross is the St John's ambulance, the St John's cross, which was a Protestant version of the Roman Catholic Maltese cross, because Queen Victoria wanted to have an institution to mimic the Knights Hospitaller, the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, and there is an organisation in England called the St John's Ambulance, that's the current name, which is a Protestant order of knights with a Maltese cross, which is not a Catholic order, and they have a black and white Maltese cross. There is the Maltese cross in Sicily. There is the use of the cross widely in France. There is the use of a 5-point Maltese cross in Russia, in Austria, in Germany. So you have the Maltese cross, which was milked and morphed into a variety of different personas and brands, if you like. I would like to suggest the Maltese cross was perhaps one of the earliest logos in the world, one of the earliest brands in the world. That's a slightly simplistic comment, but I think in order to understand this, you have to see it in that way. And the origins of the cross are earlier than its use in Malta, and the cross, the Maltese cross, is medieval fundamentally in origin, and the real thing about this cross is that it is not a simple cross or a cross with crosses on the end. It is a geometric design, and when you study the cross, you will soon see there are elements within the cross which are not apparent to the naked eye. So I'm going to now draw the cross, and I hopefully we'll get it right, and I hopefully will not offend anybody in my efforts to draw the cross. So we start with a cross, and then we'll now try and add the wings to the cross. I'm slowing down because it's difficult to do it properly. I'm going to do this now. And now I'm going to insert the wings. It's very difficult to do it, actually. I've already got it wrong. Do it again. I could do it a different way. So when you're doing a Maltese cross, it's very hard to draw a Maltese cross from scratch, and that even this one isn't quite right. But the Maltese cross is a scientific cross, and it represents the change from a rudimentary cross to a geometric cross. And the essence of Maltese cross is the axis which runs on the wings. This axis here has to match the other axis. This is the key to drawing Maltese cross. I'll draw them in. That's not right. I'll do it again. You see that there? And this is what you have to learn to draw. It's very difficult to do. So you'll see there are different fatnesses of Maltese cross. But in order for it to be a Maltese cross, you have to have these axes of geometry, and the fundamental axis of geometry will create a square in the centre. That's really where I'm heading with this little drawing. I haven't got it quite right, but that's the essence. The wings make a square in the centre. So what you've got with the Maltese cross is you've got a logo, you've got a flag, an emblem, and I would say that in 1500, if you saw someone running at you with that emblem, you would be petrified. It is a scientifically derived logo with geometry. You can see how what I'm saying about the fans creating a square. It is an incredibly clever cross. They are arrowheads. They are a sunburst. They are four arrowheads. Yet it's a cross. It's a wonderful thing, and they come to a centre. It is focused. It is dynamic. Out of all the logos you've ever seen, the Maltese cross has got something, and it obviously is widely used and widely mimicked. I personally don't like the Maltese crosses with the extra wings. It is an extrapolation of the Maltese cross, and it is a substitute Maltese cross. There are many other, apart from the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, which is now based in Rome. There are a lot of breakaway units of Order of Malta of varying qualities and significance. The English Protestant Order of St John is a perfectly respectable organisation, but there are some quasi orders of Malta in America and England and elsewhere which have adopted the cross, and they are slightly cliquey and slightly unimportant. But I think that for Malta to have the red and white cross in the four-wing format, I think it's a wonderful thing. It's an incredibly powerful logo, and you can I'm repeating myself, I know. If you go back to 1600 or 1700 or 1500 to see that image, that flag on a cross or on a flag on a boat, you were, if that was heading for you, you were in for it, and that's really what I'm trying to get across in this little video. Try and draw the Maltese cross. That's my challenge to you. Try and draw it. It's very difficult to draw. You will get a square. You have to line up the inner angles of each wing. It's an interesting thing. Thank you.